Welcome to the Arianhelm Show. If you do not know, I am Arianhelm. I am your hostess with the mostest. And like always, we are going to start the show off with chatty time because you know that's my favorite thing to do. Is talk with y'all. So let's get into it. First up, we have the Michael Jackson documentary, Leaving Neverland. So the documentary is about two men who claim that they were abused by Michael Jackson as a child. Oprah originally sat down with both of the accusers, which led to what we have now, the documentary. For a little bit more backstory for y'all, Michael's family has filed lawsuits, as they should. Michael was acquitted from a court of law in 2005, and all of the victims received a $25 million settlement. Now, one of the alleged victims is one of the abusers on the documentary. And back in 2005, he said that he lied about the statements and he said that Michael Jackson did not touch him. And now here he is again back saying that Michael Jackson yet again abused him. From a law perspective, when it comes to child abuse and sexual abuse, victims can recant their statement. Not in a court of law, but they can recant their statement. And back in 2005, when Michael Jackson was going through all of these sexual abuse trials, he did in fact state that he did used to sleep in the bed with young boys. So now that I've given you all these facts, let's talk about it. I do think that this is very strange. It has been 10 years. Almost, I think it's exactly 10 years since Michael Jackson passed. I remember 2009 because I remember on the phone with my friends from back then. We were going from the 5th to the 6th grade, and I remember calling them and saying, oh my gosh, Michael Jackson died. So yes, it was 2009. I do remember that exact year. I almost remember that exact day when I was on the phone with them. It was crazy. But anyways, it has been 10 years since this man has died. And y'all wait until now to make a documentary to ruin his legacy. In the R. Kelly situation, I'm guessing the victims, they want him to go to prison. They want him to pay for what he's done. What exactly are the two abusers and the people that are making this film about him, what exactly are they trying to get out of this? What is he going to do? Go to prison while he dead? The documentary producer alleged that it's informative for those who have been abused so they can tell their story. Well, we see this all the time. A Michael Jackson documentary was not needed for victims to tell their story. I don't see how that is even an angle to look at it. I don't know. But I just think that it's just sad. You know, Michael, he's already been acquitted of these charges. The little boy from Home Alone, y'all remember him? What was his name? I forgot his name, but y'all know I'm talking about the little boy from Home Alone. He even said that he lied about Michael abusing him. It seems that 2019 is just a year of chaos for black men. A lot of black men are just going through it. And instead of the people that should be going through it, it's Michael Jackson. What can he do? Out of all the abusers out there, the Harvey Weinsteins, all of them, we can go down a list actually of all of the Hollywood abusers and sexual abusers. Why make a documentary about Michael? Michael's been dead for 10 years. What is this going to do? Are these men getting paid for this? Is this for ratings? Is this for viewers? We need to know. By any means am I saying if Michael Jackson did do what they're saying he did, is it okay? It is never okay. I just want to know the purpose. This man has already been acquitted, so where's the proof? Like, is there any pictures? Is there anything other than what Michael has already told us? Michael already told us, yes, I sleep in the bed with children. That is weird. We do need to talk about that. But we can't talk about it because he dead. He's gone. Bye. Okay, so what are we going, why are we still talking about this? There's other issues that can be talked about. Flint, Michigan, they still don't have clean water. There are kids that do not have computers. There are kids that do not have books when they go to class. We should be talking about things like that. Michael Jackson abusing people from 20 years ago. I'm sorry, dudes, but y'all just need to get some help. Get some help. Get you a therapist. Write it down on your journal. Drink some water. Okay? And also, I don't understand. Why are grown people letting their kids hang out with 20, 30-year-olds? That goes for the R. Kelly situation too. Where are the parents? I'd be damned if I have a son and he is anywhere under the age of 15 and he is going to hang out with a 25-year-old and older man, grown man. And let alone let me find out that this man is sleeping in the same bed as my child if that is not his dad. And as black people, we can attest this. I personally had a mom who said, no, unless I know their parents personally, like I know them and I can call them on the phone, you are not staying the night at their house. I personally couldn't even stay the night at some of my family members' houses, uncles, aunts. You know, you just can't have everyone around your kids, let alone somebody that you don't even know that's not even your family. Sometimes family can't even be around your kids. Let's talk about it. I just want to know, where are the parents? And you know, oh, it's not the parents' fault. They don't know. They knew they were sending their children that are under the age of 18. They knew they were sending them to Michael Jackson, which Michael Jackson is not their age. He is not their peer. They knew he was going over there. Whether Michael Jackson was a billionaire, whether he was homeless. Why is your kids around this man unsupervised, first of all, and you don't know him? You ain't no kin to him. I don't care if Never Never Land was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. My child won't stay there. Period. We don't know the truth with the Michael Jackson statement. Personally, I'm going to go off what the court of law said. They said he was acquitted. They found him not guilty, so I'm going to find him not guilty. Let Michael Jackson rest in peace. In conclusion, parents, please stop leaving your kids with these famous people. I don't care, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, I don't care who, Michael Jordan, I don't care who it is. Stop leaving your kids unsupervised with these grown adults. But in more delightful news, baby fat is coming back, y'all. Ooh, child, I cannot wait. I used to love me some baby fat, Fat Farm, Coogee on my booty, all of that. I used to love it. Kamorley Simmons announced on International Women's Day that she is bringing baby fat back. I love it because we're starting to see more black-owned clothing brands that we did back then, you know, in the 2000s and 90s. We're starting to see them come back, which is what we need. Because we've had things like Gucci, Burberry, we've had them disrespecting us, so we need these brands back. We had FUBU, we had Fat Farm, we had South Pole, Baby Fat. We had all of these things for us, by us, and that is literally the principles that we need to stick with. Like Malcolm X said, invest into our own businesses, invest into our own community, invest into our own things so that we don't even have to worry about what they got going on over there, Gucci, and how they're disrespecting us. It won't happen. Because you know what? A black person is not going to put out a blackface jacket. We don't do that. And if you is, hold up. Pause. A few weeks I had talked about the Jussie Smollett case, and I told y'all that I will be coming back with more updates. Jussie Smollett has been charged with 16 felonies of filing a false police report. 16 counts. You mean to tell me that little uproar that he was 16 counts? Where is the lady that did an interview after all these years and said that she lied about Emmett Till? Where is her 16 counts? Where is all of these white girls that have been accusing black athletes? For example, Sean Oakman, where is their 16 counts? And wrong is wrong, right is right. We call it ace a ace, and we call it spade a spade here at the Arian Show. Like I said in the last show when I talked about Jussie Smollett, this is the fastest I have ever seen them work on a case when someone filed a false police report. There is something very fishy about this case, and the truth will come out. The truth will set you free, Jussie. Whether you are wrong, whether you are right. Today on the Arian Helm Show, I have FadeGawd. Ooh, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, where did you come up with your name, FadeGawd?
I mean, I don't know really. I mean, it's one of those things where one of my big homies back home was cutting, and he kind of was teaching me the ropes, like just kind of showing me how to fade and all that good stuff. And so once I started cutting and I kind of got good at it, most of the friends back home, they kind of told me to take on the name FadeGawd because he wasn't taking it serious. He was just kind of cutting a couple of the friends, you know. He wasn't doing it like for real. So once I kind of started getting serious with it, you know, everybody was like, oh, we gonna start calling you FadeGawd now. And I was like, all right, that's cool. So I just kind of took on the name and was proud of it since then.
Okay, so where are you from?
I'm from Conroe, Texas, right outside of Houston.
Conroe, Texas, okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been barbering?
I've been barbering for 4 years.
4 years. So basically since you've been at Texas State?
Yeah, I mean, since my freshman year, I originally was at a school in Arkansas. I played 2 years of college football. So I kind of started cutting like some of my teammates and stuff like that, and kind of started getting into the groove of cutting. And then once I transferred from Arkansas, I had came to Lamar in Beaumont. Kind of was cutting teammates there too when I was playing football, and then I eventually transferred to Texas State in 2016, and that's when I was doing it like full time.
Okay, cool. So I've been been following your page for a while now, and I've noticed that you've added some services other than a regular cut, like shampooing, scrubs. What are your premium services, and how will they impact men in terms of hair and skincare?
Well, right now I have like the shampoo scrub, and that's to kind of help with dandruff and dry scalp. Just because I see that it's a problem in the African American community. A lot of guys have dry scalp, but they don't really know which products to use, how to take care of their hair, how often to take care of their hair. Just because it's a bunch of myths out there, so I kind of decided to learn those different services, learn which products work for our hair, and implement that into my services to add value to clients. And I also have like an exfoliating scrub on the face, and it's all complimentary for the most part, where I just kind of I clean the face, and then I put the green tea hydration mask on there, and all that good stuff to kind of hydrate the skin and get the right vitamins and nutrients that we need into our skin, especially since guys sweat a lot more than women. So I just kind of tried to find a market to where I could offer additional services at a really fair price, and you know, kind of beat out the competitors, along with adding value to my clients.
Okay. So you have built a solid brand here at Texas State. What are 3 most important keys or advice that you would give to someone that is interested in starting their own brand?
For the most part, you want to add value to people, because when you add value to people, they tend to want to spend money with you and tell others about you. Another thing could be that you want to have consistency. You know, you want to have consistency with the product, and with the services. You know, you want to give people what they come for every single time, and have it on a consistent basis. And then the third thing could be just building that name. You know, when you build that name, it's just kind of it's a household name. You know, everybody know who it is. Like, you know, when you pass McDonald's, you know that the logo that they have, that golden arch, is like, that's McDonald's. You know, because their logo stands out, and they've created a name for themselves. Even if you don't like the place, you still know what it is. So it's kind of like creating that logo, creating a positive image around your brand to where people know who you are, where you are at all times.
Okay, cool. So you have an organization here at Texas State called the Roundtable Meeting. Tell us more about that and where the idea is stimulated from.
Well, the Roundtable Meeting, we discuss the topics that matter in business, and this semester we kind of discontinued it just because I got so much going on and I wasn't able to really run it the way I wanted to. So if I couldn't give 100%, I wasn't going to do it at all. So, you know, talking with the members, you know, they had a lot of stuff going on too. But anyways, it just kind of came from the idea of, you know, I wanted to have a business group on campus where we discuss the topics that matter in business. You know, we didn't just talk about the stuff that you learn in the school books that they teach you at the university. However, we wanted to talk about things that you have to apply in the real world when it comes to business, when it comes to building a brand, all of those important topics. So that's kind of how that idea stimulated. I just kind of wanted to create an outlet and a branch for entrepreneurs to come together and just discuss the topics that matter in business.
And that's also a great way to network
for sure.
As well.
For sure.
Do you have any advice for future entrepreneurs that are looking to start their business but they're lost and they need any advice for building their brand or their business?
Find something that works. Talk with people that are outside of your friends, because a lot of times your friends will tell you kind of what you want to hear. Yeah. They won't tell you what you need to hear, but just kind of talk with people that you kind of deem as associates. Not saying that they don't care about you, but they're more likely to give you honest feedback versus your inner circle of, oh, that's a good product, that's a great, and it's really not that good, you know. So just kind of get around those people that'll tell you the truth, not just yes people, but people that'll tell you, no, that's not a good idea, it's not a good look, logo doesn't look good, all that good stuff. And once you find those people, they'll always be in your corner to tell you the things to help improve your brand. So just find something that works. Like I said, get the people around you that are going to be honest with you, tell you the truth about your product or your business or your brand. That way you can know how to adjust it, you can know how to tweak it and make it right to where people will want to be a part of the movement.
Okay. So what are some hardships that you personally face when starting your brand and your business?
Really just kind of gaining clientele. When I came to Texas State, that was kind of one of my biggest fears. I mean, I had left Lamar and I had kind of had my teammates there. I wasn't coming here to play football, so I really didn't know anybody. So it was one of those things where I was really just trying to figure out, okay, well, how am I going to get people to come to me? So, I mean, I utilized Twitter for the most part because I was on Twitter heavy at the time and just kind of started tagging Texas State. And to overcome that hardship, I realized that it really wasn't a hardship because the transition was really smooth. So I was able to take that fear of coming to Texas State, like, oh, I'm not going to have anybody's hair cut. Now that I'm taking it full time, and I just came here, just kind of kept pushing out content the best way I could, you know, uploading dope pictures of the fades and stuff that I've done. And people kind of started flocking to it, so I'm definitely grateful to kind of overcome that fear and that hardship of not knowing where my clients were going to come from, just kind of letting it organically happen.
That is the exact definition of trusting the process, y'all.
For sure.
Trusting the process. So you graduated in May. Congrats.
Thank you.
So what are your plans after graduation?
I plan on just getting into business. I'm still going to continue barbering. I'm going to kind of slow down with it just because I want to get into some different avenues. But for the most part, I'm going to just kind of take what I'm doing now and create a 2.0 version of it, make it better. I'm not planning on I'm not planning on opening up a barbershop necessarily, but I do have some great options in mind on what I can do. It's just right now I'm just trying to figure out which route I want to go first. I don't think either one is a bad choice on my plans, but it's about finding the one that I want to do first and start first and kind of get into that and go at it 100%.
Okay. So are there any other professions or hobbies that you would get into now that you know so much about business and entrepreneurship?
I've kind of been interested in real estate, just kind of learning about flipping houses, stuff like that, kind of been reading some books about that. I got a couple of friends that do that now, so I've been really in touch with them about that. So really just kind of getting into real estate, not, like I said, just flipping houses, not selling them, but just kind of getting into that realm of entrepreneurship and just trying to see how I can make that shake and make it happen.
So what platforms of social media are you on?
I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Okay, and what's your name on all of those?
So for my Instagram, it's FadeGawdpremium. For my Twitter, it's just FadeGawd. And then for my Snapchat, it's DEE_train, TRAINN. And you know, Snapchat don't let you change names. So that's the name that I had when I was in high school. So that's kind of my Snapchat name.
Okay, well, I want to thank you for stopping by the show. You really gave some insightful tips. So today, for Know Your Rights, we are going to be talking about Miranda rights. And Miranda rights is what is being told to you before you are initially arrested. They go like this. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Do you understand the rights I have just read to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me? Now, you are only read your Miranda rights before an arrest. If the police plan to talk to you or if they plan to interrogate you, they will read you your Miranda rights. If the police don't follow the rule of reading you your Miranda rights, then the case has the possibility of being overruled in court. Very rarely do the police forget to read you your Miranda warning or your Miranda rights, because they don't want the possibility of getting your case overturned in court. That is the most important thing about reading your Miranda rights and your Miranda warnings. If you have been Mirandaized and you waive those rights, meaning that you wish to speak to the police and you wish to cooperate with them, then you can also change your mind at any point of the interrogation and say, I plead the fifth. I do not wish to talk to you. I want to speak to my lawyer. There is a difference between Miranda rights and Miranda warning. Miranda rights are just your rights that you have as an individual. Miranda warning is what the police read to you about those rights, that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you can and will do, that. I could probably say that whole entire spiel if I wanted to. I watched enough Law & Order Special Victims Unit to know the entire little spiel. The most important thing that I want you all to take away from Miranda rights and Miranda warnings is that the police are only required to Mirandaize you as a suspect if they plan to interrogate you as a suspect. On next week's episode, I will go into more detail about what exactly does each sentence in your Miranda rights mean. So over the next few weeks, we will be talking about that. For the past few episodes, I haven't been doing Not Rich But Wealthy. I have been looking into and educating myself on a way to invest that is great for young people to build wealth in the future and possibly now. So before I get into that subject with you all, I wanted to make sure that I fully understand before I get on this camera and I'll tell y'all what the ins and outs are or anything about it. I want to make sure that I fully know. So I'm not going to be doing my Not Rich But Wealthy segment until I can fully give you all the full blueprint of what it is that I have been doing. I want you all to be able to utilize it. What I am currently doing and what I am currently learning right now, it is going to take a while for me to fully learn. And I want to make sure that when I'm presenting this information to you all, I want to make sure that I'm doing it the right way and I'm doing it the best way. The best way that you can learn and the right way that you can learn. So that is why I have not been doing Not Rich But Wealthy. But you know, my other segments are very juicy and the wealth is coming, okay? So Y'all be patient. Today for Signing to Bring Real Music Back Records, we are signing Miss Yebba, Yebbasmith. Girl, you are signed on the dotted line. I found Yebba through YouTube and I just cannot stop listening to her videos. Like, y'all, this girl, she's up there. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. But she's better than a lot of our faves. Sis is a vocalist. Like, whew. Yeah, she has the range. She has the tone. She has it all. Like, she is there. I cannot wait to see where her career goes and how far she blows up because she deserves it. But that's enough of me talking. Let's run the clip.
I kissed my penny and I threw it. I prayed I'd keep my soul. Went down to the river where the water bends. Only place I